more ditori tse di serious head on with Mdalakachi Katatu le batho ba mo lehatsi.
Minister ba thopiwa ina ma specially elected bangwe ba promotiwa ina the head of the director kai le kai the permanent secretary go bo ke women. That's not women. It is in fact an insult to women.
Ke thola ke ra batho kere re masisi ke tsala yana and ke tana ke rialo he
moruti ga gona moruti wa boammaruri yo kolobeditsweng ka mo boitshepo yo joiners politics baruti bothe ba ba joiners politics mo Botswana ba ta re itshwarela bothe ga se baruti ba boammaruri
re masisi a tswe mo vice president anga ka bua gore ke bo mang ne ba rialo because bona go ba te ba tsa gore wa re senyetsa kere
Me kanya gore Masisi must resign. Ise mo tsaka ka bo morwae.
A very good evening and welcome to the BATENEGI Parliament Talk Show, broadcasting live from the Access TV studios right here in Gaborone, Botswana. And my name is Waheng BATENEGI. We're doing this every Tuesday between 7 o'clock up until 8 o'clock, BATENEGI Parliament, both on Facebook as well as YouTube. Access TV, Facebook. Like I did promise you, I have the pleasure to welcome the former president of the Botswana Movement for Democracy. I'm talking about none other than Comrade Nehemiah Modubule. Also remember that he's a former member of parliament for Olobaze. Re Modubule, thank you so much for coming through. Right. Hakitsi nakana le na re tswa mahala piano ampore ke botsa matso mila ga ka re re ka bona ba mo jala hatselono ke ta botsa matso
gata ha ya itola molapo ena tlo tswana ja no ngale kwano botsa matso ya o sa botsa matso ga re wa bihela o mabihe
me rona ka kana re itse gore ba gola ba
ga botsa matso ke ba maru wa bora gore a re mogolo
you have been away from, I don't know, arguably away from the political scenes for some time. Where have you been and how are you doing?
I have not been around for some time. I have been diagnosed with skin cancer.
Okay.
So I had to take precautions. Tsa gore ke ipabalele ke bona gore ke dire jang gape I was advised gore tota mo ke tsayang ke avoid ga go na le batho ba bantsi ka gore e suppressa the immune system and therefore you become susceptible to malwetse nyana mantsi.
Right.
This is why ke ntse ke sa bonale but ke tsa gore ke ta bonala ka gore I feel much better. Abana ke sna moriri yana ko na mabaka a cancer ga se mabaka gore ke motho wa go tsoka moriri of late I think I'm recovering well.
Re ntse re bona ebile ke itumela gore o bua ya ka gore when leaders such as you le tswala konte le bua ka makwa a mangwe ke tsa gore batho konte le bone ba rotwetse ke itse gore Dumela Salshando le recently came out, you know, to talk about his condition.
I remember.
I don't know. Yeah,
to me really I accepted my condition like well I've never been down ki simula wa kanya di sile ore ka swagwa kana batho ba tsaba lo zotata
le batswana
ga gore
le batswana ba ba mo semong sa go ke ba rotwetsega
batho ba ileng gore ba na le bolwetse bo ba cancer. Yes, ha bo ka dictator santse go le edi. It is possible that you can be cured.
Right.
ya nung ke tsa gore ke mo seemong sa gore ke a hola. And I'm happy that I've gone through the process. It's when it's at the chemo I've been under those treatment. That's why I can say bona le tota. And ke sina go toka go bona la for some few months. Ke santse ke under observation ya ngaka, but otherwise I'm recovering well.
Nyamere re go eletsa botsogo jo bontle re Modubule. A re tsena mo dikganye ga ke itse go santse gona le ba bangwe ba ba sa tlhaloganyeng gore go tile jang gore o ikgogela morago mo maemong a gago le tautena ba Botswana Movement for Democracy. Ke itse gore o santse o ka ba tlhalosetsa gore
ya jaaka ke go tlhalosetsa kana I've gone through a very dirty period ke bitse jalo ka gore I started off haki tataki ke ya go tsena go cancer yana. I started off, I was just coughing, a normal cough like it's our ga go thola hela. Haki ya go dinga keng la bo hela be go pneumonia. Ha go pneumonia be go TB. I had to go under TB treatment, which I ended in December. For 6 months I had to undergo that. So you can see, even by the time Haria Mahalape, I was not well. So Totahela, it was not in the interest of the organization.
So you
I'm not well, and therefore I have to give the reins to somebody else to run the organization.
So you resigned because of
yes, because of my health. Yes, yes.
Those who say it's due to political reasons?
No, not political reasons. No.
Yes.
It was not for political reasons.
Yeah.
It was for health reasons. Yeah.
There was one point whereby you reapplied for the membership of the...
Yes, there was one time I wanted to go back to the Botswana National Front. I was born and bred in the BNF. And my political inclination thought I'm a BNF. That's what it is. But since I had to leave, I was expelled.
Yes.
Maybe you don't understand that. People should appreciate that I was expelled from the BNF. I did not leave the BNF.
Yeah,
I did not voluntarily leave the BNF. I was expelled.
Yes.
So to go back, I have to ask for readmission. And by that time, really, it was tough in the BMD. Everybody was leaving the party, and I thought, hey, why should I remain here alone?
So
can I just not reapply?
Yeah. So you went back to the BNF because you realized that BMD was dying.
Everybody was leaving. Everybody was leaving. You know, it was painful. I think I was the only one left.
Yeah. So you didn't have energy to stay there and resuscitate the movement.
No, it was tough. It was tough. It's not easy to resuscitate the organization like the BMD when you are sick. On the other hand, the other side, financials are so difficult to get around. You know, it was a tough game. Yeah. But now having been left alone, I thought, hey, maybe it's better to retract my steps and go back.
And they rejected you.
No, they didn't reject. No, they didn't reject me. No.
What happened?
That will be a misconception.
What happened?
What happened is that the branch that I gave my application to, they decided to publicize my letter. And I said, fuck off. This is not the behavior that I expect from an organization. A reputable organization wouldn't do that. Why would they?
What would you say to somebody who will not buy that reason?
No, I wouldn't say anything to him. It's his opinion.
The Botswana Movement for Democracy right now, its status, how would you describe it?
I'm so happy that Thuso Tiego has done a very good job. He has actually tried to revive the organization, and they are still in the process of rebuilding the organization. And I'm happy that they are on the right track. Yeah, I can see a lot of progress. They're also in contact with me now here and there. You know, we talk and see how...
Are you still a member of the BMD though?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Serving under which capacity?
No, I'm not serving under any capacity. I'm just an ordinary member of the BMD. Yeah.
Hona le bangwe re Modubule ba bareng tota maikelo a lona nako ya ha Botswana Movement for Democracy ta aperolwa ke dipupu bangwe ba ba kaolengwe ba lona le bakoba jaaka no kubile go Botswana National Front ba neng ba go kgotsa ba dira party alliance for progressives bo re Ndaba Gaola bo re Winter Molutsi bo re Phenyo Kutale bo re Pius Mokgwana ha bangwe ba ba reng jaaka no bua gore you left the presidency of the party at a time whereby the movement was basically in disarray. Look, you and other members who were there, or the leaders who were there, you were destroying the Botswana Movement for Democracy deliberately because you do not have any future plans about the movement. How would you respond to that?
How do you destroy? How do you destroy an organization by protecting it using your constitution? Constitutionally, you had somebody believe is just a piece of paper. Why? Because he couldn't challenge it.
You are protecting the constitution.
Yes,
the constitution of the party from who?
Yes, from those who were expelled. And Winter, they were expelled. What were they doing in Mbubonong in the first place? They were expelled from the organization. So they went there just to provoke, just to go and make sure that there's chaos when they had their own organization in the pocket. When they were called to reconcile, what did they do? They went and took out the organization from the pocket the same day. How do you trust such people?
Can you remind us, what were those attempts of reconciliation?
How can the attempts were made by the UDC? They went to the UDC to appeal that they are not happy and so forth. We were then asked to, try and reconcile with our colleagues, try and talk so that we have another Congress. That was what was recommended by the UDC, that we hold another Congress. We agreed to that. We were supposed to meet and talk about how we are going to have the Congress. They didn't turn up. Instead, what did they do? They showed their true colors. That we went to, in fact, just to go and disrupt. We have our own party in the pocket. And they showed the party.
But some people say all what you were doing at that moment was not in good faith. You were even posturing that you want reconciliation. But in actual fact, you didn't want reconciliation.
What do you mean? Rona, we were ready for any reconciliation that could be possible. But those who were not ready, they formed their own organization because they didn't want to reconcile with us.
According to your understanding, Modubule at the time,
yes,
what was really their concern?
I don't know. I don't know what their concern was. Because one, we had indicated to them, they were so indisciplined that after the Congress that was in Ghanzi, the president and his team, they made parallel structures to those of the organization. What do you call that? Indiscipline of the highest order from the presidency. We had to just sit back and watch? No. We'll be irresponsible.
Yes. One of the reports that we were getting at that time is that they didn't want Retsepi Sopila.
Why? If one may ask. Those were the questions.
But you appreciate is one of the issues that was there.
Yes. There was an issue around Repila. Which issue we asked, what is the problem with the Repila? Nobody would come up and say, problem with Repila. Why? Nobody would come out. But they just wanted us to expel Pilani, not to accept him in the party. For what reason? If you form an organization, you must know people will come and join. And the constitution of the BNF says, if somebody applies for membership, and you must give him reasons why you are refusing his membership.
Apparently, they detected that he had ulterior motives,
How?
To break the...
But they should have informed us. Yes. They should have taken us into confidence and say, Chairman, we have this information about this gentleman. We realize maybe you don't know, but this is what we have. Nobody ever did that. Nobody. Nobody. What the problem is?
Movement for democracy cause chaos within the opposition.
No, in the first place, Repilan was a member of the BNF before.
Yes,
so he just wanted to come back.
Founding members, yes.
He just wanted to come back. So it didn't make sense.
So you still maintain that those members will later form the...
Yes, never. They wanted to form their organization and therefore they had to find reasons of going. Ba itirela motlhala wa gore e re ga ba tsamaile go te batho ba bana ba tshongwa. That's all I can see.
Right.
Yeah.
Ke na hale Dr. Noapele wa mokgatlo wa Botswana Movement for Democracy ke bua jalo ka right so Nehemiah Modubule rena re ga kologela di le pedi le tharo morago nyana hale ya ka o itse gore Botswana Movement for Democracy kana go kile ya thoka go robalwa ke dithokwa mo e leng gore go ne go itana kana go ga utwa e kgaogane ka makgamo a mabedi le kgamo le lengwe le na le bone borre Modubule borre Pilane borre Mangole le ba bangwe le lengwe le na le borre Gaolati borre Mulutsi borre Mokgware le ba bangwe re sentse re ikgakolla yalo mme go kologela ga gore o lebeletse thulaganyo ya BATENEGI Parliament Talk Show etang go go yena la video mongwe le mongwe go simela ka nena go ile ya bosupa go thela ka nako ya boroba bobidna ke bidio wa geng BATENEGI ga kologela gore o ka nna le sebaka sa go ka kgala mo thulaganyo ya rena hantse e tsweletse re boa ka ha re tswa ka hate bertswala jalo le thulaganyo.
Good evening and welcome to the most exciting episode of Firma Talk with me, Bipelo Kiting Khosigadi.
Disciplined. Yes, there were those challenges, those temptations out there. Okay, now I have access to you have 5 klipanyana. Now I have more freedom. So I had to be so grounded.
I'm 43 years old. Women by age we are failing you. We are failing bana barona. Definitely. We are busy. Listen, it's good to go to the gym. It's good to take care of yourself. But we are forgetting to be mothers. We are forgetting to be aunts. Smoking itself, in and of itself, is not cool.
Mind you, I was called the lunch bag girl, the makeup girl. Everybody knew me as the Bridget, the makeup. Hey, you nangalaro better makeup yo. I would hey, mopa, you know.
Yeah. We're talking about being content with yourself in regards to being in your element of an essence of a woman. He will complete me. There's no narrative with my other half. Be a complete human being before you can join into another human being. Into that cup.
Motho se me ke boe gape ke go amogele mo thulaganyong ya BATENEGI Parliament Talk Show thulaganyo e leng gore ta go yana ka thamallo la boedi o mongwe le o mongwe go simolola ka nako ele ya bosupa go thela ka nako ya boroba bobedi thulaganyo e re go e gasetsang ka thamallo ha mo dikantorong tsa Access TV jaaka ne ke tlhalosa ke na le moeteledipele wa pele wa party la Botswana Movement for Democracy ga kologela gape gore ke mo parlamente wa pele wa kgaolo ya Lobatse Raitso Nehemiah Modubule re Modubule re tswelle le thulaganyo ya rena me re tswella le thulaganyo ya rena ya narra me ke weleha ga ke itse you know don't you think the structure of the BMD constitution as it is it actually one of those things that caused chaos within the party, whereby the president don't really have those much powers.
Yeah, you see, the constitution of the BMD is structured in such a way that the powers lie with the National Executive Committee. They don't lie with the president. And that's, to me, it's a very good constitution, because it doesn't give any one of us powers to do anything alone. It's a collective thing. Whatever you do, as the president, whatever you say out there, it must have been agreed to by your party.
So you believe in a constitution whereby the president is more like a ceremonial president?
No, it's not ceremonial. If the president is ceremonial, it means everybody is ceremonial. So it's fine, because all of us are ceremonial. No. We don't say he's not. He's the leader. We have given him the powers. He's the man, the spokesperson of the party. He does everything on behalf of the organization. He's got that. He's got that power. But the powers are not. They are not limitless. They are limited to.
Particular arrangement.
Look what is happening today. UDC. Because what is happening today? He's holding the party to ransom. Today.
What makes
because he's got powers.
What makes you say that? Can you give me an example?
The Central Committee takes decisions. When he comes, he nullifies. He's got those powers. Given the powers by the Constitution. He's not doing it outside the Constitution. No, it's constitutional right.
Are you saying Raboko is
No. I'm saying he's given those powers by the Constitution. So he's using the powers as per Constitution. We also exercised our right as per our Constitution. So there's nobody who is wrong here. Boko is not wrong in what he's doing. He's doing constitutionally. And we were not wrong to do what we did. We did constitutionally because the president had no powers to act outside the NEC mandate.
So you believe the problem of the UDC right now could be the Constitution?
It is the Constitution.
Okay.
It is not, it could be. It is the Constitution.
It has got a lot of that point.
The Constitution of the UDC is structured in such a way that it does not take the position, firstly, of a coalition. Secondly, it does not take a position of a unitary party. And therefore, it's a confused constitution itself. And therefore, it confuses the whole process. That's where the problem lies. You must look into that constitution and read it properly. It's not a constitution that can run any organization. Yes, when the UDC started, let me tell you, when the UDC started, when the UDC started,
why didn't you advise?
Yes, when the UDC started, we agreed on a constitution that was temporary. We wanted it to be temporary because we were going towards elections. We were in a rush. We said, let's rush this thing. Let's make it as long as it can be accepted by the IEC as a constitution for a party. Then we registered it as such. The aim was that after the elections, we will then sit down and look into the constitution, review the constitution, and make sure that it becomes a constitution that represents a coalition.
Why would we have a temporary constitution?
We were in a rush to meet the deadline of the IEC. You can even ask those who were there how we were rushing to just meet the IEC deadlines. So we were in a hurry. This is why we even provided a temporary clause, a transition clause, which is now running the party throughout, which was never our intention. It was never our intention.
Currently, we are seeing difficulty in terms of getting under one roof. What do you think could the problem, or you will still point fingers at the Constitution?
The problem with the Constitution is one of those that it's one of the major problems. If you don't look into that Constitution, they don't review that Constitution, they will never have peace in the UDC. Yeah. The Constitution is wrong from A to D. It was made in a rush just to meet the deadline so that we run as a unitary party in 2014. It has to be reviewed at all costs.
Apart from the question, are there any other challenges that you
Other challenges are just personal egos, nothing else. Mm-hmm. I want to be the president of the republic. He wants to be the president of the republic, and therefore, if we become one, who is going to be the president? These are some of the problems and challenges that we are faced with.
Egos between who?
Between the BCP and the UDC.
Mm-hmm. So matata umbrella for democratic change amangwe ke re dumelang salashano le re
Gideon Boko, but not them as individuals. You must know they are representing organizations. Mm-hmm. Hey, they take instructions from the organizations. I take it so, unless they are acting outside the mandate of their parties. Otherwise, you cannot blame them, but blame their parties.
So mokgatho mongwe le mongwe o eletsa gore ha ile gore gwa kopana under umbrella for democratic change mme o bole go godimelo o eteletseng pele
exactly
mokgatho
exactly. Mm-hmm. That's the problem we are faced with.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then Boko has made it clear that there's no any other that will lead that umbrella apart from the BN.
Where did he say that?
Where do you live? I thought
natural leader.
No. Kana it was all over in the social media, you know. It was all over.
That issue he has interpreted it, so many times.
Of the natural leader. Yeah. I'm not sure about natural leader, but I'm sure about that there's no any other party which can lead.
But where did he say that?
They were having their meeting or BNF, I don't know what place that was, but I've seen it many times on social media. Many times. Atlamaletse gore ke batla go lebelela ga gona party epe ko ntle ga Botswana National Front e ka etelang pele umbrella for democratic change.
Na bua go meeting mo here Modubule.
Ke sone se ke reng ka ga ke a tshola date ya yone. E tlampalla gore ke gore ke re go meeting ngwa gore. But that has been said and clear, loud and clear. And maybe enough ba itse gore ke bone hala ba etelang pele ga gona ope yo mo. So how to wa etella pele ba iputsa go tswa kae?
Re Modubule o kile be gona le mokgatho o bidiwang puso bangwe ba eletsa go itse gore mokgatho o kae.
That organization o teng mokgatho wa mo na go rata thata. Kana batho ba itse gore mokgatho o no gola ka re itetse tsebanya mmele. Batswana ne ba mogetse puso tota. Me ene ya re ka ngwaga wa 1998 ga go sena go nna le mekubuku ya BCP go loa go phalatswe ya be le gore ngaka koma le bo re ntimele ba bangwe ba nga approacha gore nya re kopa boele BNF o te gore thusa mokgatho wa tsama ya nung ka be ke seka le nna ka be ke dumalana gore tota me re le sa BNF hela eso ka be ke re no ga re itogela eso mare re bue ka be ke bua le ba puso members gore kana ba journalist invitation from Rekoma gore ba join ba dumela gore nya re ka ya hela on condition ya re tsama re le di group members.
So Puso was a political party?
Yeah, it was a political party. In Idrissa Malo, UDC Hompie. We're using the blue, royal blue. That was our color. Yeah, no, Rabere joina Botswana National Front as group members, 98. ra be re tswelela re le di-group members tsa Botswana National Front. Yaanong ga ke ya go kubiwa mo BNF, bana ba le bothale ma BNF ne ba re direla botsotsinyana go ba bo ba re no re bona re bereka sentle mo go le lona jaanong re eletsa gore di-group members ba ne le individual membership gape wa BNF. Te re ga go na le bo di-primary yana se ka nna go te ba group membership ba rileng be le gore tsena hela ra be re tumela gore go nne jalo batho ba rona re ba letella ba na le di-individual membership tsa BNF wa ya be ile gone ba nnile mma BNF ga ke ya go kubiwa mo BNF be le gore bontsi ja bona ba sala mo BNF ga ba tsamaele nna be go ra gore yaanong puso e kwa haletse ruri
BNF e meditse puso ka bokhutshwane ka bokhutshwane BNF e meditse puso raetso re heletse ho ka jalo ya mokgatlo wa stola le teng
tota ga o sa thole lo teng ga o sa thole o tshela ga ona ope e kile a re mo sebakeng sengwe bangwe ba re ba kopa go dirisa a ke tsore ba heletse kae mehela bo amare ke gore ga o sa thole o le teng
right ha o emela dithopo go lo batse o emi Kanosi o le mokoko
ke sino go bua go BNF
o sena na o kubia go Botswana National Front bangwe ba ne ba etsa ga gore jaanong ka gore go na le mokgatho ko o ile gore no le moeteledipele wa puso ke ngwe no sa eme ka one go na le gore o eme o le mokoko jaaka go ite go bua
ke ne ke dirile my statistical work on the ground. Ke ne ke lemogile sente hela thata gore ga nka ya maka one kana ka ya maka ipe party ka ba People's Party le bona ba kile bata gore ke eme ka party ya bone. BCP also approached me and I had to do my proper analysis of the situation and the constituency itself. Modubule is more popular than the party tsa re nkaema le tsone kana ka tsone ke sone ke be ke tsa tswa go ema ke le mokoko
you were bigger than
I was more popular than my parties.
You reckon you were bigger than those particular parties?
Yes. I was bigger than the People's Party, I was bigger than the BCP, I was bigger than PUSO.
So some people say this was a sympathy vote.
Yes, sympathy vote.
It's not really like you were bigger than those particular parties. It was a sympathy vote.
Sympathy vote was coming from probably my BNF, who were very much unhappy about the way the BNF has treated me. They're very unhappy about it.
You made history by
yeah.
You made history by being the I think it's you'll correct me if I'm wrong. I think the first independent member of parliament.
It is true.
Ever. How did you feel about that? And how do you feel that you still hold the record?
I still hold that record to date. I'm not sure if some other people will break it soon. But I still hold that record.
A tsamela go dikganyeng tse di amana le parliament re Modubule. Nako ya ha o le moeteledipele kgotsa modulasetilo wa committee public accounts committee. E ne ga le diwa thata go te e dira tiro. Even other people who are not necessarily within political parties were really giving you flowers, but there is this issue, people complaining that some of these committees, parliamentary committees, the accounting officers
naka ka mi kgato ne tse wa raitso ke ne ke sa letelle dilo tse leng gore di tabe di nna mona maoya gore mo ileng gore go nna repetitive a re no buditse motho potso ngwaga ola ngwaga o tanga ba ta ka the same issues. That to me was not acceptable.
The committees are an extension of parliament.
Yes.
How already
Bona, the committee, particularly committee Sonalia Public Accounts Committee, le na di thata ya la tsa go tsela ba direla puso di kgato tselega di tsayang. For example, now during my tenure of office, ke ne ke dira thata mix diri ke le nosi. I had to make sure that motho o tshwanang le permanent secretary to the president is always aware of what is happening ko parliamenting ka gore ke ene senior ya ba accounting officer ba bangwe. When there was an issue this issue needs attention, I'll bring it to his attention. Officer X is not doing his or her job. Please make sure we are learning, or otherwise we'll recommend Roman say because it's not performing.
And the PSP is not obliged to, obey that recommendation.
Not to obey a recommendation, but is obliged to take action where there is, lapse off. They have to. You can't just sit back and say, you're coming to my committee. You must be prepared. Yeah.
Jan babareng di committee ga di mosola ke tsuru ka bara.
Yeah, ke gore
bothata ke ma-parliament
ke the chairpersons of committees. You see, if you have a chairperson who is just there as chair, you'll be chairing.
Like who?
Like chair. No, I'm not going to give you examples. You'll be chairing. There are such committees where they are chaired, but there's no action.
Right. Ke right. So Nehemiah Modubule ke moeteledipele wa pele wa party ya Botswana Movement for Democracy ibile ine le mo parlamente wa Lobatse thulaganya Batenegedi Parliament Talk Show re waka ha re tswa ka te re tswala jalo di thulaganya. Ya home and away.
Ko primary ke swimile. I've done karate primary. Ko junior ngisem softball. Honorable Minister, the former Shokhat, nan coach softball ngi pitcher.
Prepare for a baptism of fire. And you remember, I don't know whether you were born yet, but the video are the whipping boys of Africa.
Football mo Botswana is under duress because of issue of facility. Most of our clubs have their own grounds.
We like to pride ourselves for Sunday soccer fishing a bowl.
Mogarona ha motho ana khona selo batho ba mo kgapela go thoko tsontse re gole re ithute go itse gore batho ba khonang whether motho a marata kana marato mara ra ratimetse no khona dio tse jantsi. Until we do that, we can go far.
Yena gore e nna eta go wena la bone mongwe le mongwe ya ka re ba le bella tsone di kgantsane tsa metshameko e le ka go harolana ya lo ga tsone. If you are just joining us, you are watching the Batenegedi Parliament Talk Show broadcasting live from the Access TV studios right here in Gaborone, Botswana. We're doing this every Tuesday between 7 o'clock up until 8 o'clock. And like I said, my name is Waheng Batenegi. Mo tsatsila gompieno ke na ha le right so Nehemiah Modubule Dr. wa pele wa Botswana Movement for Democracy go ga gape go re kile nna mo parlamente wa kgaolo ya Lobatse. Le gato la bohelo la thulaganyo ha ile gore o eletsa go buisana le re Modubule mo tsepotso kgotsa wa khela o ka letsa mo mogaleng we deng gore o tatswa ho mo ke kareng the screens tse deng gore sene se leng gore o lebeletse mo go sone gape o ka romela molaetsa mo pageng ya Bateneged Parliament as well as Access TV where we are live re Modubule a re tswela le thulaganyo ya rona mme re tswela le thulaganyana ke itse gore nngwe ya ditshutso ke lengwe di tsisa ko parlamenteng ke tshiso ya manang le the police complaints commission e leng gore ke itse gore parlamente ya bolesome ena a dumalana nao mme mo nakong ya gompieno la parlamente e ne ya dumalana lo yena ga gona sepe se e leng gore se dirilwe mo nakong ya gompieno maikutlo a gago.
It is really disturbing gore parliament ya rona e tsewa cheapi thata ke executive because when parliament has actually agreed mo sengwe se se tshwanang le sone se re buang ka sone independent police complaints commission which is a very necessary and important tool you know ke gore mo mahatsheng a ithatang a tlhabologileng a itlotlang bana le lone le kalana le la go ikemela nosi mo e leng gore ha o thukogaditswe ke mapodisi kana mapodisi ba dirile sengwe se e leng gore o belaela gore ga ba se dira sente gona le ko ikuelang teng gore le kalana le e ne lone le letsang kgato gore ga kwana le podisi le investigator le podisi le lengwe o bo sologela an outcome e leng gore ta go khotsohatsa. This is why many cases le gompieno mo Botswana tse e leng gore di involve mapodisi di helela ko makgotla tshekelong di tshololwa di tshololwa ka mabaka gore the evidence ga te ga getlareng
you are saying they are covering themselves.
Yes, they are covering themselves. At the end of the day ha netani baba yang go prosecutor ba tsama ka the documents tse le information e ba e hilweng ke ba sepodisi ka ha ba thothomisitseng ka teng. At the end of the day botle ba ileng gore ba ne ba le molato ba tlhokogaditswe ke mapodisi a hela sa bona molato. Very few cases tse batho ba teng ba bona molato and I'm saying go dirwa ke gone gore mapodisi ba itlhotlhomisa and gore mo ha tswana go leseletswa go tswelela go ntse jalo and parliament has agreed with me gore go botlhokwa gore go ne le kalanale. By then the minister on a le teng was not averse to this in a le rendelu a moaga go roba le kakagiso. By that time Lena una sa ganane le mogopolo he agreed to it and it was supposed to be implemented. Unfortunately abantsiwa ko lephateng leo a ke tsone gore metswe mang yo sena boikarabelo yo eleng gore le gompieno ga go ka diragadiwa go mo whoever goes into that position a ke itse gore a ba itebatsa gore go na le such a motion which has got to be implemented. Parliament leone is sleeping because they should be having a parliamentary committee which is following up on this the motions they were agreed to by parliament. They're also sleeping.
Yes, go ka bana mabaka gore mo nakong ya gompieno mo gopolo bo se dira gatswa ke
nya ga gona mabaka ke go ithokomolosa tiro ga minister
ka mesaba se sireletsegile kgatlhona le mapodisi.
We are not. This is why gompieno a ke gompieno go bola wa yala ebile ke bulela ditswe.
Right.
You just kill. There's nobody who is going to ask you why you bulaile motho. No. Nako le nako re ra kopana le seemo se ba sule buti. Me mapodisi a bona le go la hetse.
The police are the law unto themselves.
They have been made the law unto themselves by the current minister. He gave them permission to shoot, to kill. So they are doing exactly that. They're killing on behalf of the minister and not on our behalf. It's not on behalf of the nation.
Right.
So I think really something is wrong with this government.
Gone me re Modubule ka ukile wa nna mo parlamente. Bangwe ba ete ba botse gore gone me this motions, this private members bills I'm mentioning this particular motions and private members bills because ke tsone di tanka ma parlament ya ka reng mo re ka da backbenchers ke swela gore mo re tswe mo a tshwara gore backbenchers
yes
ke rai bangwe ba ete ba re a se gore mo gore a gore ya be ko parlamenteng le ma o kaneng hela mo eleng gore ke ra gore parlamente e khone o dumelana le mogopolo go tsonga mogopolo o sa diragadiwe
wa bona mogopolo
a se gore la be ditsetsi di khanyela gore a re ko parlamente
nya ya be se go tsaya dikgang ba maru ke gore megopolo iswa ko parlamenteng ha e dumalano ke parlamente it must be implemented. This is what it should be. but ke ka ga se kae go na le megopolo e leng gore ke implementiwe e nkileng ka e ntsha go parlamenteng. One ke mogopolo wa gore severance pay e duelwa on pro rata basis. That was my idea. Na le mogopolo wa ka ntsha go parliament which was implemented.
Bangwe ba a se re se tsenye mo molao gore once parliament agree to this particular motion or private members bill. Goromente yo busa a ska na le choice ya gore ka ska diragatse mogopolo. Let's put that in law.
Tota go tshwanetse go nna once it is agreed by parliament, it has to be implemented. It is only that the government of the day they don't recognize parliament as a body that can instruct them to do anything. That's the problem with the executive. You have an executive which does not recognize its own parliament.
I
agree with them. Yes. I agree with them. Those who say, so that when parliament agrees on a motion or a bill, it has to be implemented. I agree with them totally.
Right. Artana mo dikganyeng tse di amanang ka gore se re re Modubule bido molao motheo. Ke tsuru kile ata ka mogopolo mongwe o ileng gore no bata gore go seka section 68 of the constitution ileng gore e tsamena thata le gone gore parlamente phatala di pele ga dithopo ya no mongwe ba ntse ba ipotsa gore na re ha sona parlamente phatala di wa lena kwa dithopo ma parlamente ke boma o gore ga kolle ha gore tota khanya go ne le maswenya go ne le
ke bo amaruri ka parliament 10th parliament ke ne ka presenta bill ko parlamenteng, bill number 18 of 2013. I still remember very well the title of the bill. Bill number 18 of 2013 in ile ka gore yare section 68(1)(a) of the constitution ya amendiwe tsamaelane le section 95 of the constitution. 95 of the constitution gives the president the powers to dissolve parliament. Ha go yo ditlopo Kanana ko ipehela ka feeling like dissolving parliament. Can dissolve it at any time he feels like dissolving parliament. It's got those powers, by the way.
Is that in the spirit of separation of powers? According to you? According to your understanding?
Let's not go that way. Maki address the issue at hand. Janung, section 95 of the constitution gives the president the powers to second dissolve parliament how we are ditopong. And then elections should be held within 90 days upon dissolution of parliament. Yanong, se se ra gore ha tautuna dissolve le parlamente pele ga 90 days e wela. Ga gona ma parlament.
Me matona na tswela le.
Ga gona ma parlament. Matona tswela le teng, speaker ra tswela le teng, tautuna tswela le teng, ma councilor ra tswela le teng go ithelela a day before the elections. Ma councilor ba toba helwa ke bo councilor ja bone.
And why this only applies to
Janong ma parlamente bone bothata ja ma parlamente ko section 95 ha e bua jalo gabe go a gona le section 68(1) ring upon dissolution of parliament parliamentary seats becomes vacant. You see now section 68(1) it declare the seats vacant. This is the section that I wanted to be amended. Ma parlamente teme ya bone ya go hela a day before the elections. Why? So that we don't have a vacuum where we have a nation is in a parlamente for 90 days. It's risky for the nation. Yanu, the only thing say rena so say ileng gore se le ka gore se coachine gone ha ke gone gore tautuna o na le thata gore tautuna o na thata gore o ka ba bitsa in case go na le a war or in case of emergency ja ka re mo ga ya ke ba bitsa ya no na ka re go ba bitsa mo go illegal. It is illegal. It is, well, it might be legal, but it is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Things can be legal and not constitutional, by the way. We all agree. It might be legally correct, but constitutionally is wrong. Because tautunas no na declare this is vacant. I mean, parliament, I dissolve. Hora ma parliament ba sala ba on standby. Hora ba ka bitwa in case of emergency. Yeah, no, nagar right. Section 95 is okay, as supported by Section 91. And nagar Section 68(1) then nullifies all this because it declared their seats vacant. So when their seats have been declared vacant, it means you can no longer call them back because they are not existing. And I wanted that section to be amended to be in line with Section 95 and Section 91 of the Constitution, so that they then only have a period of 1 day where we will stay as a nation in Risnama Parliament. The following day, new members of parliament are being announced. So we have a lacuna here where we have a period where we have 90 days without members of parliament, and their seats now are being declared vacant by Section 68(1)(a). And I'm saying for the president to call them back, it's illegal because these people are not in existence. Their seats have been declared vacant by Section 68(1)(a).
There was an attempt to, or Parliament recently convened to try to, okay, let me not say try, but to amend the constitution.
Yeah, but this one was not part of it.
To me, why hold sitting of Parliament?
I don't understand how the 11th and 12th Parliament are looking at this matter. But the 10th Parliament has agreed with me.